Hi friends, today we will discuss on Oracle HCM data loader, popularly call it as HDL. Uh, in this video, we just discuss a very brief introduction on that. Let's start. Okay, HDL is a tool provided by Oracle to load a large amount of data into Oracle Cloud, and we have also REST APIs that can be used in integrations for real-time data load. And HDL also supports multi-threading. It will divide the data into smaller chunks and load them in parallel, so which will improve the performance in loading the data. And HDL also supports four different key structures: one GUID, surrogate ID, and source keys and user keys. These are four different keys structures that HDL can support whenever you load the data. And I'm just trying to show here a sample file that HDL can accept. Uh, this is a worker dot file. So whenever you create a file, you need to name it as object name and dot dat. And this is how the data looks. Metadata and merge and some other instructions can be added. We will be discussing it in detail in coming videos. And once the dart file is created, you need to zip it. uh, zip file name can be anything. It cannot be, it may not be same as the worker name, but the dat file name should be always the business object name and dat, and you can make it a zip file with any name. Okay, and also you can include multiple dots in the single zip file as well. Okay, and this is how the UI looks. You need to go to my client group and data exchange, and under HCM data loader you just need to click on import data load that data. And once you click, there will be an option import file. When you click on that, you can select a file from your local machine. That one, the one that you just zipped, right? You just select that and click on submit. This is how the simple process that you can perform on the HDL side. Let's go to next slide. So there are four different steps involved in every HDL load. The first one is a file will be loaded into Web Center content server. Okay, it can be loaded manually. The one that I just showed you a previous slide, right? So you can use that page and import that file, or you can directly import that zip file into server. I'll discuss that in the steps in next coming videos. And step 2 will be once the file is loaded into server, import and load will be triggered. So you can do it manually. You do it manually, when you submit that, it will automatically trigger this all these other steps. You don't need to manually do that. And the task step will be data will be loaded into staging tables. So the data that you are loading will not directly load into application tables. First it will be loaded into stage tables, and that data will be grouped based on the business object. All the related data will be grouped. Once it is grouped, and then the data will be loaded into application tables. Okay, these are the four different steps that every HDL load will take perform. And the four key structures, right? I just told you in the first slide. Let's discuss them in detail. The first one, user keys. So user keys are nothing but the values that user can see from the UI, and they are primary keys of the table or object. So for example, take an example of person number or position code, like that. So whatever that a user able to see from the UI, they are user keys. Okay, and GUIDs. The GUIDs are nothing but hexadecimal value. Whenever a row is created in the system or in the Oracle Cloud, a value will be generated by the system, hexadecimal value for every row. Okay, and this cannot be supplied from the in the dat file. Means it is not created by user, right? So it will be created by system, and whenever it is created, a row in the Oracle. and these values are cannot be found in the actual object. You can find them in the integration key map table. So there is a table called HRC integration key maps. There you can find these GUIDs of every object. So you need to map it with some surrogate ID and the key field from that actual table to this table to find that GUID. Okay, and the third one is surrogate ID. So surrogate ID is nothing but a numeric value completely, and this is also created by system whenever a row is created in the Oracle Cloud. So this is act as a primary key of that object, and this is will be created by system. And once it is created, you can use that whenever you want to update that row. So you can use that as that surrogate key, and you can use this surrogate key to map to integration key map table. And the fourth one is source keys. So source keys consist of two parts. One is source system owner and source system ID. Okay. If you don't supply these values in the file for any of the object or row, then system will create a source keys by default. It will use Fusion as a source system owner and surrogate ID as a source ID. So, okay. So it will be default values. And source system owners, whenever suppose you're passing some value in the file for source system owner, and that will be validated by against to this lookup. There is a lookup HRC source system owner. There will be lookup values for this. So you the system will validate the value that we are sending on the file with against this lookup. So the path for this is setup and maintenance and manage common lookups and search for this HRC source system owner, and you can find the list of source system owners that are available. If you want to anything add newly, you can add them, and you once it is added, you can use them in the dat file. Okay. The source system owner, suppose take an example. uh, some customer is having migrating a data to Oracle Cloud from two different systems. Okay, so whenever it is coming from two different systems, there will be a same key available in the both the systems, right? So in that case, owner will act as a combination of system owner and system ID will be acting as a distinct one between that. Suppose a server 1 is giving record 1 and server 2 is giving record 2 with the same key numbers, maybe same IDs, so the keys are same. In that case, you will create a owner S1 and owner S2. So now the combination of S1 and the key and the S2 and the key will be distinct. That's how the system source keys works. And what happens whenever suppose you're passing two different key structures on the same object? So what happens? So the system will consider in this order. Suppose you are assigning GUID and source keys. The system will take GUID as a reference and it will ignore the source key. So it will consider in this order whenever you pass more than one key structure. Okay. Thank you. That's all for this video. We will discuss in detail in coming next videos. Thank you. Bye bye.